Mommy, you're the best.
Welcome to Chapter 8, runner-up for worst chapter in the game. I'm sure anyone who's played before knows what beats it in that category. Verse 1 is pretty chill though. The only issue is dealing with this flaming Ardor, which is a bit of a chore. Flame Durga hits lag like crazy in this place, so it makes it quite annoying to do hold combos. Since the game's moving so slow, you might think it's time to execute the next move and nothing will come out. By dropping torture attacks on the two bigger angels at the start, you can pretty much meet the combo score outright. It's pretty lax. After that, it's about magic meter. We need as much as possible going into the next verse since it'll make things a ton easier, which means using a lot of weak barrage combos on every other angel. Using the whip to hop around between each car deals with the threat of falling pretty well. The trumpet shots have loud audio cues and you can easily pan the camera to see them coming. Overall, a fun verse with an interesting gimmick to play around. Verse 2 is where boys become men. Triple Gracious and Glorious in an area with environmental hazards is not a party. You're given some reprieve of cars right at the start, but it doesn't last long, so I use it to my advantage as much as possible to attack them while they're closing the gap. Sweeps do wonders. Eliminating one as soon as possible with sweep into Durga bombs improves your odds a ridiculous amount, so it should always be your opener in this verse. Once the torture attack's over and it's back to fighting, you have to lure them to the shoulder. There are no cars here, so it's the only place to fight without risking getting slammed into. This has the downside of being a very narrow corridor, not giving you much room to work with, so at times you might have to weave in and out of it. At any rate, the main goal is to stay the hell away from the road whenever you can. Magic from the previous verse is the real saviour, since torture attacks are of course the safest way to do damage. Dancing around and using weaves and bombs to weaken them, and score killer blows with torture attacks is my strategy of choice. Just be careful you don't get caught with the AoE lightning attack or anything sudden. This enemy is pretty erratic and will mess you up if you let it. Definitely the hardest verse of the game up to this point, such a satisfying feeling beating this one. There's really not much to say here. The bike sections are about as dull as they look, although at least they've got some kicking tunes. Slide through everything that looks even remotely like a threat and try and shoot as many things as possible for points. If you do happen to take damage, both verses are absolutely lined with checkpoints, so you barely even lose progress from quitting out. Hitting regular cars doesn't even damage you. This might as well be a cutscene. For combo, the first verse only has a 30 requirement, so you barely even need to think about it. The second one has 110, so whenever you approach a beloved, it's time to mash those shoot buttons and get as many points as you can. The Braves that close out the chapter are a nice fun and fast paced fight after slogging through the bike section. You'll come in with full magic, so you can pretty much rock through them with Tetsuzanko or other specials of choice, and the combo requirement is a measly 480, so there's no worries on that front. If you're struggling at all, waiting for them to strike the pose before they transform is a good opportunity to do big damage. They freeze for quite a while, so you can get a lot of attacks in. Thanks for watching dudes, catch you next chapter.